Hello, it's Wednesday, it's late, I should be asleep, but instead I'm doing a video. So this is Top 5 Wednesday. The subject is actually taken from the Top 5 Wednesday group in Goodreads. Every once in a while I do one of the real ones. And so for them, in celebration of Mother's Day, which was this past weekend, it is the Top 5 Fictional Mothers. This was a hard list for me to come up with because I like a lot of stories where the parents are dead, apparently. Hadn't really thought about it before, but it became glaringly obvious that I like a lot of stories where there are no parents because I tried to think of my favorite stories and a lot of them didn't have parents in them. Thanks, Disney. Anyway, so we're going to start. These are not necessarily in a particular order, but number 5 is Mary Winchester from the Supernatural series. This is on my mind because I've been watching the latest season of Supernatural because I didn't watch it when it was airing, so I'm sort of catching up on Netflix. And I was just reminded how cool Mary Winchester is. She spent most of the series being dead, but was raised from the dead and came back and actually ended up being pretty awesome. She's kind of got a rocky history as a mom because, you know, she spent a lot of time not being a mom, and she went from like having very small children to having completely grown children, and it's a hard thing to adjust to. But she's really tried, and I like the way her character has grown, and I think that she's a pretty good mom. She's very protective of her kids, and that's important. Number 4 is the other Mary on this list, and this is Mary Darling. Mary Darling, of course, is the mother of Wendy Moira Angela Darling of Peter Pan fame. And I like her for several reasons. She is the peacekeeper in their household. She cares a lot for her children. She tells them stories and encourages them. And also, it becomes very obvious from the way that Wendy mothers the Lost Boys and the way that she talks about her own mother throughout the story that Mary is very important and is a very good mother. And motherhood is very important in the Peter Pan book in general. You know, that the boys need a mother, they need someone to watch over them, someone to take care of them, and mothers are very important. So it's nice to have a mother in that series who is important. Number 3 is Cersei Lannister. Yes, there are a lot of parents in Game of Thrones. I could have also picked Catelyn Stark, but I like Cersei, mostly because she's still alive and also because she's terrible and dark. But she does a lot of things for her children. She does a lot for herself too, but she fights pretty hard for her kids and does a lot to make sure that they're getting what they want. And it's underhanded and it backfires, and unfortunately a lot of people die because this is Game of Thrones. But I think that she's an interesting mother figure, you know, sort of walks the line, a little bit like Narcissa Malfoy, who like, you're like, but you're bad, but like also you seem to care about your kids, so I'm conflicted. Number 2 is Sarah Connor. Talk about a crazy mother. Like, to find out that you had a kid with this guy that your kid actually sent back to save him through time travel and everything gets real weird. And also to go from just a normal girl to somebody who now is going to give birth to somebody who's going to save the world. Like, it's a lot of motherhood pressure to put on an individual. And she rises to the occasion and becomes a total BAMF. I love Sarah Connor. She's super freaking cool. And she's very strong and she's very smart. She does fake her own death, which is kind of rude. But I think that she works on providing for her kid the whole time and takes very good care of John and teaches him a lot. And it's maybe not easy to grow up with a mom like that, but you understand why she is the way that she is. And I think that she's awesome. And number 1 should surprise no one, and that's Molly Weasley. Is there a better fictional mother? I challenge you to find one. Molly Weasley is loving, she's nurturing, she's kind, she takes in everyone. She will be the mother to anyone who needs a mother at the time. And she fights for her children. She's not afraid to stand up to adversity. She's not afraid to go out on a limb for them and loves them no matter what. And she takes them back and forgives them for everything. Oh, God. She's a great mother. So that's it. My top 5 fictional moms. Tell me if you had other fictional moms on your list, and also if you read stories with mothers, or do you read a lot of stories like I do where there are no mothers? Just wondering. I'll see you tomorrow.